Hey there, Max here. I don't think you need me to understand why you need to be able to approach girls in clubs. This is literally the place where you can find the most pretty girls per square meter. So it's very important that you understand how to start a conversation to first attract them and then make them at ease and to eventually go home with a girl that you like. So today, let's go back to the roots of PUA advice. We're going to see 10 proven tips to approach women in bars and clubs. Okay, so first, it's very important for you to be positive and outgoing. And I know it's a little bit difficult when the environment is noisy, when the environment doesn't listen to you or doesn't care about you, but you should really focus on yourself and your own fun. You want to smile, you want to make eye contact with people that you see, and really if the environment is a little bit scary or if the environment is a little bit oppressive, you want to focus on yourself and how you can have your own fun. Because if you try to impress other people, if you try to fit in for one reason or another, people are going to think it's a little bit weird. People are going to think that you are leeching energy from them, and it's not really going to work. Tip number 2, you want to make sure that you're positive and that you're giving value. You want to approach with a friendly attitude. You're going to flirt at some point, of course, and you can approach with a very man-to-woman vibe. But when you approach people in a party, you have to understand that people are there to have fun. Women don't go to parties to be picked up, not first at least. They go to a party to have fun. When you go up to a woman, it's going to be way more efficient for you to just start by sharing fun. I made a video about that in the past, but the best way to start your interactions is to go in there and to give value to the people you're going to have fun with. Smile, make strong eye contact, and do not hesitate. What you really don't want to do is to go up to a girl just to take value from her, just to take sex from her, just to take attention from her. This is really woman repellent. On the other hand, if you go up to a girl and you share the fun, okay, maybe she's going to find you attractive, maybe she's going to find you interesting, but that will come later. At first, you have to show her why there is value in talking with you, and the fact that you're a dude looking for sex in most cases is not enough, especially with very attractive women. So this is where what I do differs a little bit from what most PUA advice tells you to do. You don't want to go in there and immediately go hard on seducing the girl. You want to go in there and share some fun, and because you yourself are an attractive man, she's going to see that maybe something else can happen. But the ground of your interaction is going to be you sharing value and having fun with her. Now, of course, you have to work on being attractive yourself. You have to work on increasing the attraction she might feel for you, and you have to work on increasing your social status in the environment. You have to work on increasing how attractive she perceives you. When you're going to approach women in clubs, it's more about how you look in terms of appearance, but also in terms of social status in the environment, than really what you're going to tell her. Because in most places, I mean, it's a party, it's going to be noisy, it's going to be chaotic. She doesn't really have the time to listen to what you have to say and make an educated guess about how smart and witty you are. In most cases, when you approach a girl in the club, she already knows whether she's attracted to you or not. And the fact that you're going to talk to her is just to confirm that you're actually an attractive guy. Tip number 3, make sure that you are well groomed. And that's even before you say hi to her, you don't look like a bum. You look like a guy who has his life handled. You look like a cool guy. So there it's basic stuff, but I feel like I have to say it because I meet so many guys who are in the PUA community and they go to the club wearing shorts and sandals. Don't do that. Unless there is like a specific beach event that night at the club, you're going to look like you don't belong there. You're going to look like you're not fitting in. You're going to look like basically a weirdo. And I know it hurts a little bit when you have someone telling you that, yo, bro, your style sucks, but really consider it. I've been out and I've gamed with guys who really go to clubs with hair they didn't wash in 7 days. And you go up to a girl and she spent like 2 hours making up and picking up her dress. And then some random guy who didn't wash his hair for a week comes up to her and he's like, hi. And then he doesn't understand why the girl is rejecting him before he said more than hi. Of course, your appearance matters. It's not just about how muscular you are and how square your jaw is, but it's also about how you present yourself. Tip number 4, extremely important when you're in a place where it's very loud. It's about your body language. When you go up to a girl, of course in a club, most of the time she's not going to be able to hear what you say. But what most guys do, and that's very wrong, is to lean in. If you're talking to a girl, you never want to lean in. When you lean in, it communicates to the girl in front of you that you don't really believe in what you say and that it's not really important, that you can't afford to have her ask you again. It communicates that you really want her to hear what you have to say and that you can't afford her to ask you to repeat. When you go up to a girl, you just want to be normal. You stand straight, and if she wants to talk with you because of what I explained before, that is to say she's already attracted even before you say hi because you present well, she's going to lean in a little bit. Maybe she won't, and it's not black or white. Maybe sometimes you will have to lean in a little bit, but if you do, make sure to lean in to say what you have to say into her ear, and then you lean back. Don't always lean in, because you will go to clubs and you will see guys that are like, hey, where do you come from? Hey, what do you do? No, wait, stay and talk with me. And when you do this, what girls do, they tend to move back a little bit because the guy is intruding their personal space. When you go up to a girl, you're like, hi, what's your name? Where do you come from? And if she doesn't hear, you can bend in a little bit, say, where do you come from? And then you move back. Naturally, if she likes you, when she's going to reply to you, if you can't hear her, she's going to lean in a little bit as well, and she's gonna come back. And when you do this, the interaction is way more balanced. Okay, tip number 5, you have to do the first move. And when I say first move here, it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to be the one always starting the conversation with her, because you will notice that when a woman likes you and she wants you to approach her, she's going to send you signs. She's going to, one way or another, put herself in front of your field of view so you can notice her, or she's going to dance next to you and she's just by chance going to happen to push her butt against you. You will notice it that sometimes girls make the first move, but most of the time they won't start the conversation themselves. And so it doesn't mean that you have to be the first one starting the conversation with her, because sometimes they will start the conversation with you. But most of the time what you have to do is to make a move towards them, even if it's not about saying something. For example, you're walking around the club, and what you should do when you're going somewhere is to look around you and try to lock eye contact with girls that you find attractive. If you see one locking eye contact back, that's great. You can go and say hi, or you can smile and see how she reacts and so on. But there you're making a first move, not by talking, but by just pinging around the room and seeing which girl is reacting well to your eye contact to begin with. Another way to make the first move is, for example, to dance a little bit and you lightly bump into the girl, try to smile at her, try to say hey, and see how she reacts. Point is, you don't have to go full all in and be like, hey, what's up? What do you do? Where do you come from? And that's what most guys do, because they just can't handle the vacuum that comes after you say simply, hey. Maybe you're going to say hey, and she's gonna be like, hey, a little bit on the defensive, a little bit awkward. But what it means is just that she doesn't want to talk with you, and because you didn't go all in, you gave her the opportunity to disengage, and by then you just got rejected. But it's not awkward, because from an outside point of view it looks like you're having fun with this random girl, and other girls around won't think that you're just a random dude hitting on every girl and creeping everybody off. Tip number 6, it's very useful to have a few conversation starters at hand. So I told you, you don't always have to make the first move by saying something. So when I say conversation starters, it's more about routines or things that you are usually doing to get a girl attention and then starting an interaction with her. So those are up to you, and it's better if you come up with your own ways to start an interaction with a woman that you like, but I can give you a few of mine. For example, like I told you earlier, you can dance a little bit and you can pretend to bump in the girl next to you and you see how she reacts. But there are other ways to start the conversation depending on the volume of the place where you're at. If you can talk, for example, I really like to go up to girls and just be like, hey, what's up? And most guys hate it when I tell them to start a conversation by saying, hey, what's up? But it's actually very effective, because when you do this, the girl in front of you is going to react in one way or another. And based on the way she reacts, you can see where you're going to leave this interaction. For example, if she reacts in a negative way and she tries to move away from you, okay, it's very simple. It's a rejection. If she reacts in a natural way, okay, she's open to start a conversation. She's not sure about you yet. And if she reacts in a positive way, for example, she's like, oh my God, hi. What's up? Where are you from? If she gives you a positive that way, it's a very positive sign that you can immediately be a bit more flirtatious, a bit more man to woman. Maybe you can start being a little bit physical right off the bat. And so instead of recommending you a few lines that you can, let's say, copy and paste in real life and give girls that you meet because you don't know what to say, instead just go simple and calibrate on her reaction, because it's not really about what you say, it's more about how you say it and how you're going to calibrate to her reaction. Tip number 7, be present in the moment. And when I say present here, it's more about being focused on the interactions that you're having and the fun that you're having, because let's not forget it's a party, than the outcome, which is to meet a girl or have sex with a girl. So you want to be present to the moment more as in a way to enjoy what's happening, to not give off that you're super needy or thirsty to get attention or to get sex from the woman you're talking to. And you will see it's paradoxical, because the less you care about your outcome, the more magnetic you become, and the more the people you go up to want to talk with you because you really don't give a shit about what's going to happen. Tip number 8. If you find yourself becoming too logical when you're talking to a girl, you're not making it fun enough, you're not making it emotional enough, it's because you care too much about the outcome. And the best way to stop this is to start actually having fun for yourself, to start actually enjoying the interaction for yourself. And so it's very possible to go up to a girl and to enjoy the interaction for the sake of the interaction, while also leading this interaction to sex or to the outcome that you want. But that's the key here. You should not focus on the outcome. You should focus on enjoying the interaction, on having fun, while also leading this somewhere. But that's not supposed to be the main goal. It's going to be more of a side bonus. Again, it's very frustrating because the less you care about the outcome, the more you will see that women like you and are attracted to you. Tip number 9, be persistent. But when I say persistent here, I don't mean pushy. It's not about going up to a girl who's going to give you no's until she eventually says yes. It's about understanding that the mood of a woman can change throughout the night. For example, you meet her, it's like 9, and you try maybe to talk to her in a way that's too flirtatious for her at the time. At 9 p.m., no girl is going to go home with a guy. But if you meet her at the end of the night, the same girl, you can very well at this time try to reopen her and to restart the conversation with her, because by then her mood will have changed. So it's not because you go up to a girl and at the time she's focused on twerking on the dance floor.
So from this angle, it looks like
or talking with her friends and she doesn't give you the time of the day, that you cannot reopen her later. Again, understand that people go to parties to have fun, and there is a time to have fun and there is another time to try to pick up a girl. And the thing is that it's different for every woman. If a girl blows you off early, nothing prevents you from saying hi again a little bit later. Tip number 10, the last one, enjoy the party. Go there to have fun. And I know it sounds redundant and maybe obvious to most people watching this video, but again, you can very well pick up girls by being fun, by enjoying the party, by being yourself. Of course, you want to be your best self, okay? If your current self is going to a party and sitting in the corner and playing with the dog while all the hot girls are having fun on the other side of the room, that's not your best self. It's more about doing whatever you feel like doing and having fun your own way, meeting people your own way, meeting the woman that you want, meeting the woman that you like, and saying whatever comes to your mind. If you see a girl that you like, you can go up to her and say whatever you want, whatever you like, because it's you, because it's your personality. Of course, be mindful that she also is a person with her own personality, and make sure that what you say is relatable to her in some way. That's the thing, you have to find the middle ground between what your personality feels like you want to say and what the person in front of you is going to understand and relate to. That's why you don't go up to girls barking and pretending you're a dog and she's a dog, or that kind of shit. That will be super popular 10 to 15 years ago on all the P-Way YouTube channels. In truth, this doesn't work, and this is why you don't see that anymore. What works is to be yourself and finding a middle ground between what you find fun and engaging and what the girl in front of you finds fun and engaging. And once you're in a such interaction, it's very easy to show the girl why you're attractive, and it's very easy to show the girl why she should spend more time with you that night. Okay, now that's for clubs and bars. But if you're not there yet, if you still feel a little bit shy, I just came up with an online dating program. If you feel like sharpening your social skills online to begin with, here is a link to my free training, actually right below this video. Thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed the upgrading gear. I got a brand new camera to shoot sharper videos, and I think honestly it's going to be amazing. If you would like to see more similar videos and more dating advice, consider subscribing right below this video. Tell me what you thought about it in the comments, and I will see you guys next time.